Today we're going to be looking at the area of a parallelogram. Now before we begin, I have to get this out of my system. Let's just say the word parallelogram 5 to 7 times fast because it's just a fun word to say. Parallelogram, 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 parallelogram. Okay, so parallelogram. It's closely related to a rectangle in that a rectangle has two pairs of equal sides, 1, 2. A parallelogram also has two pairs of equal sides. This is an equal pair and this is an equal pair. But what's the difference between a parallelogram and a rectangle? Look at it, see if you can figure it out. Pause the video if you need to. Now I know what you're gonna say because I can read your mind. You're just gonna say, well, it's like a rectangle, but it's just knocked over. Let's use a little bit more mathematical thinking than that. You're right, but let's think what it is. A rectangle has all 90-degree angles, all right angles. A parallelogram, these two angles are equal and they're acute, and these two angles are equal and they're obtuse, but it's kind of every man for himself with the angles of a parallelogram. Anything goes almost. Okay, so we're going to talk about the area of a parallelogram, but before I can just throw out the formula, we're going to look and really think through what the area of a parallelogram looks like. So this is a parallelogram. Let's see. Let's say that I were to take a line and put it from here to here. It's straight. It's a straight line from the bottom to the top. And I'm going to cut off this little dangler. It's arts and crafts time with Mrs. Langford. So cut off that little dangler. Cut off that piece, but I've still got this piece. But now I'm going to take this piece. See, I cut it off there, and I'm going to take it and move it down to the end. Okay? Ready? Let me show you one more time. I cut it off. And let's move it down to the end. And roughly, what is this shape? This is a rectangle. What? All you had to do was and now you have a rectangle? What is it? So, the formula for the area of a parallelogram is very similar to the area of a rectangle because it's just a rectangle mixed up. So let me tell you how would I find the area of this shape? It would be this times this. We call it length and width in a rectangle, but let's say this were 3 and this were 2. 3 times 2 is 6. That's how we would figure that out. Well, to find the area of a parallelogram, you ready? Let's just write this down so we don't forget it. This was 3 and this was 2. So, we found the area of this rectangle was 3 times 2, which is 6. Do you agree with me? Yes, you do. Now I'm going to take this piece. We're just going to shift things around. We're not going to change the amount. Move this here and let's look. Now, do you see if we still want to find here it is as a rectangle. If we turn it into a parallelogram and I want to find the area of that, it's 2 words. Ready? Base, that's still the same. You see that didn't change? And your height, which is 2. Base times height is the formula for the area of a parallelogram. Let me show you again. It's really a rectangle, 3 times 2. Base times height times 2. Do you notice who's not important for area? Do you see this little slanty guy? Not important for area. For the area of a parallelogram, it's the distance from the top to the bottom. Base times height. So let's do a couple of these. Do you have an issue, big guy?
I want M&Ms.
You want M&Ms? I don't know where there are M&Ms. So I would have to go to the store and risk coronavirus for M&Ms, and that's too great a risk right now for me. You can check. Okay, sorry. Back to this. Let's see. Let's take this parallelogram, and I want to know what the area of this is. Let me draw you some numbers on here. Let's say that the base is 7, height is 4. And let's make this 5. Okay, ready? Find the area of this parallelogram. Area is equal to base times height. You cannot have those. Those are your dad's.
I just want one.
They have not been opened. No, no, no. You are taking advantage of me being on camera. Go.
I just want
No. All right. Area equals, he sees me on camera and he's like, what can I get out of this? Okay. Area is equal to base times height. So what is base and what is height? Well, I know that the base is 7. We got that. Area is equal to 7 times height. Ooh. Which one of these is height? The distance from the top to the bottom is height. So that is 4. So area is equal to 7 times 4, which is 28. You see, Miss Langford, did that 5 even matter? For area, it did not matter. But for perimeter, would it matter? Oh yeah, you'd go 7, 5, 7, 5. But for area, it doesn't matter in a parallelogram. It's just hanging out there. But be ready. I'm going to try to trick you more than likely, and that 5 may be there sometime, or that number may be there sometime. So let's do a couple more just so that you can get some good practice in. Let's see. Here is a parallelogram. Has a height, well, we'll do one more for time's sake. Has a height of 3 and a base of 8. Okay, and we're going to say that guy's going to be 6. Okay, height of 3, base of 8. This guy's just there for fun. What's the area of this parallelogram? Pause your video, see if you can get it. Area is equal to base, which is 8, times height, which is 3. So area is going to be equal to 24. Okay? If you still struggle understanding this, you can always watch the extra video, that guide. And I hope you have a great day.